everyone, welcome back to another video with the Scottish Squirrel, and this is a Meals of the Week video. And we're a plant-based family of 3 and all our meals are mainly plant-based. And if you watch my previous videos where I got lots of Co-op reduced yellow sticker bargains, then I was just going to show you what I was going to do with some of them. So this is for lunch, and I'm just going to be making a very quick noodle vegetable soup. And in here I've just sliced a small yellow pepper and a small red pepper and a pack of French beans, and those white bits are the hard bits of pak choy that I got yesterday. I got a pack of 2 pak choy for like 20 pence, which was a bargain because it was about £2 to buy. So that's just the hard stem bits. This is the leafy bits. I'll put them in a few minutes before the soup's ready. And trying to think what else. Oh, an onion. That was an onion. This did look like the pak choy stems. I think that's the hard greeny bits there. And did I put anything else in here? No, just the peppers, the green beans, the carrot and the pak choy. And I'll probably put some garlic powder, and I'm going to put some Chinese 5 spice in. And so this is going to be like a stir fry soup sort of thing. It's like, it gets really thick, and then it's like lots of noodles and veggies. And I've got some noodles there, and I've got some of this black bean stir fry sauce to use up that I bought quite a while ago, and I'm going to put a tin of these black beans in because my son loves it when it's got black beans in, and my daughter really loves black beans too. So it's kind of like a black bean noodle vegetable soup. I'll probably chuck some soy sauce in, and if it needs it, but I've got put one of them sachets in, and then I'll taste and see. Maybe a little veggie stock. And yeah, a few minutes before it's ready, I'll just chuck that in. But I'll show you later what it looks like. So this is the finished black bean noodle veg soup, and it smells delicious. The kids just have more noodles and less stock because they love noodles. And yeah, it smells so good. The sauce is so good, and I can't wait to eat this for lunch. So for today's dinner, my daughter is going to make some pasta sauce from scratch, and she's going to use 2 punnets of our reduced tomatoes that we got the other day, and a couple of carrots, some celery, an orange pepper and some red onion, and she's just going to stew it all up, probably put some tomato puree in and some veggie stock, and just stew it all up to make a pasta sauce. So this is the pasta, my daughter's pasta sauce, and the pasta that she's made for dinner, and it looks very tasty. And my daughter has some vegan cheese over it. My son also has some vegan cheese, but he has his pasta sauce blended up because he doesn't like eating bits in his pasta sauce apparently. So that makes him eat his vegetables, so that's good. So that's our dinner, and I can't wait to try the pasta sauce. So for today's dinner, I'm making a veggie biryani, and I'm just going to roast these vegetables in the oven to start with for about 15-20 minutes. So I've got chopped cauliflower, a large chopped onion, some fine green beans, a yellow pepper and a sweet potato. And yeah, I'm sure that's all that's in there. And I'm going to roast that before I add the stock and the curry powder and the rice and stuff like that. And this little one is, I'm actually making our dogs a doggy biryani. They'll only be having a very small amount of the curry powder because curry powder isn't poisonous to dogs, but I just don't want to give them too much of it, so I'll just add a little pinch. But they will like the rice and the veggies, and yeah, I will make it dog friendly. So I've just kept it separate because sometimes they have our leftovers, but because this has got onion in it, I'm making them the separate one with the extra vegetables with no onion. If that makes sense. So that's what I'm doing just now. So this is it roasted. I just had to roast off a little, and then I'm going to add this stock, And in the stock there is some vegetable bouillon and some garam masala, some curry powder, some turmeric and some mustard seeds, and I think that's mixed. Oh, and I added a big tablespoon of peanut butter to it as well, and just mixed it in, and it's going to go in here with the rice. And I've got the shredded cauliflower leaves, I'm going to stick that in too. And I've got a small amount of tomato pasta sauce that my daughter made yesterday for yesterday's dinner, and it's just a small amount, so I think it will be nice with the curry flavours. So I'm just going to shove everything in together and cover it in foil and bake it for half an hour, and then it should all be a lovely biryani. And for the dogs one, this is it roasted, and this is their rice. So I'm going to put the rice in. It's a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of turmeric, and that's a little bit of cinnamon. I decided against the curry powder just in case, because I haven't had it before, but they've had turmeric and cinnamon, and that's fine. So I'm going to mix that in there with some water and just cook theirs as well. So this is it with all the stock in and the extra little bit of tomato sauce, and it smells so good. So I'm just going to cover it in foil, and I can't wait to eat it. And this is the dog's one. So this is the dog's one that's ready. It's a lovely golden colour, and I'm just chilling this and then put it in the fridge, and then I'll just mix it through with their chicken that I bought reduced a few days ago. And yeah, so tomorrow they'll have this with chicken. And this is our biryani from the oven, and I had to take the foil off and give it another 20 minutes because the rice wasn't softening up with the foil on, but now it's nice and soft. And I've just scattered over some cashews. I get them all chopped up in little bits from the whole food store. If you buy them all in little bits, it's cheaper. So yeah, I'm just going to put it out now. So this is the biryani in our bowls, and I've just got a little squirt of vegan mayonnaise. And my daughter doesn't have any because she's feeling a bit sick at the minute. She's feeling a bit under the weather, so maybe she'll have some later. So I'll see you tomorrow. So for today's dinner, I'm going to be making a taco bean soup. It's just like all the flavours of a taco, but in a soup. And in the soup, I've got black beans. I'm going to put kidney beans in, but I haven't got them in yet. I've got some courgette, some carrot, celery, some yellow pepper and green pepper, and I had run out of onion and garlic. So I've put a tablespoon of onion powder and a tablespoon of garlic powder, and a packet of passata and some puree, tomato puree, and half of one of these tomato and herb stock cubes. And I had this seasoning spice mix to use up, so I just added that instead of like the cumin, chili powder and paprika that you'd put in the soup. And this is just a whole packet of spices. There's nothing else added, it's all just spices and a little bit of potato starch to thicken it up. So yeah, I thought that would just do fine. And I'm going to put kidney beans in, and I'm just going to put this on high and just leave it for quite a few hours to cook away. And then I'm going to serve this with some roasted tomatoes and some crushed tortilla chips, and probably extra tortilla chips for the kids because that's probably the best bit of the soup for them. Oh, and sweet corn went in as well. Sweet corn went in, and a little bit of TVP, which is textured vegetable protein, which is just veggie mince, and that's just those little bits there. And they'll also help to thicken it up, the soup up a little as well. Just anything that would go in a taco has went in. So this is what the taco soup looks like now. I've added some basmati rice to it, and kidney beans and black eyed peas, and it's really, really tasty. So I'm just going to put it in the bowls, and the kids will just put on their own toppings. So this is our soup in the bowls. You can see it looks very thick and hearty, and the toppings are just going to go on. So I've given myself a little bit of vegan cheese, some salsa, some chopped chives from the garden, some crushed tortilla chips, some lime, some avocado, and a roasted tomato. So that's a lot. And my son has less, but he has a lot more tortillas, and some chives and some cheese. And my daughter has a roast tomato, some avocado, and salsa and chives. So yeah, that's our taco bean soup. So for today's dinner, I have made a very old-fashioned traditional thing that's Scottish. It's called Squirrely, and it's essentially oatmeal, which is like pinhead or steel cut oatmeal, cooked in a little bit of oil. I think traditionally it would probably be lard, but I've just cooked it in a little bit of olive oil with some onion and some dried herbs, and I've added a little bit of nutritional yeast just to give it a little bit of flavour boost, because we're not using the animal fat. And you just dry fry that until it's all crispy. It's crispy and golden, and this used to be called a poor man's haggis, because if people couldn't afford to buy a haggis, then they would make Squirrely and they would have that. But it looks a bit grim, this Squirrely, but it actually tastes delicious, especially with some gravy. So I've got some vegan gravy on the go here, just simmering away. And in this pan, you can't see what's in it. I'll just have a little peek. Oh, so it's not burning. I am making a wartime champ. It used to be in the British wartime. I got this recipe from a wartime book, and it's potatoes, chopped small potatoes, carrots, and I've got kale. The recipe had cabbage, but I've made it with cabbage and it's delicious. But today I decided to use kale because I had some kale to use, and it's just cooking in 1 cup of water. And so essentially it kind of steams itself, and then after 15 minutes with the lid on, you add a cup of hot milk, which I'm going to use that soya milk over there, and a pat of butter, which I am going to use this dairy-free pure butter, and some salt and pepper, and you just mash it all up, and that's called champ. So that's what we're going to have on the side with that, and I've just got some green beans cooking. So that's what we're going to have for dinner. So so it's been 15 minutes. Oh, my gravy is going to overflow. I better turn it off. Oh no, okay. Turning the gravy off. It's always threatening to do that. So anyway, it's been 15 minutes and all the water has practically evaporated. Might just be a little bit at the bottom, and I always wonder how in the earth can potatoes and carrot cook, but it does. They knew what they were doing, the old cooks, because the potato is just soft and the carrot is soft. So I'm going to give everything a good mashing. So this is it in our bowls. There's our champ and our Squirrely and green beans, and over there, and I've got some gravy on mine. I'm just going to put the kids' gravy on in this little pot, and yeah, looking forward to this very old-fashioned dinner, but very tasty dinner anyway. So this Squirrely, I forgot what it's called, is super tasty with the gravy. So yeah, I'm just pouring this over, and we're just going to go and enjoy this, and I'll be back tomorrow. So for Friday's dinner, oh, I just realised I haven't put the burgers in the bagel. I'll do that in a second. For Friday's dinner, we're having potato fries, but they've just been baked in the oven, so like air fried in the oven with no oil, and there's just some of this Mrs. Dash garlic and herb seasoning on them, and some lettuce and cucumber, peas and corn, and a sesame bagel, which we've got a veggie burger as well, but I need to go and put the burger on because I've forgotten. And I've just popped on the burger. These are the plant-based grow range from the co-op. They're vegan burgers, and I just noticed gherkins that my daughter has added. So yeah, that's what we're going to have for dinner, and we're all starving, so bye. So for today's dinner, it's Saturday. This is my son's pizza and it's just a normal cheese pizza from the Co-op. And I added some frozen pepper and some sweet corn and some red onion and some smoky ham-free slices. It's these vegan smoky ham-free slices and they're so good, these ham slices. But that's for my son because I come over here to this panini machine and me and my daughter have a tiger bread toastie on the go, and in our toasties we have some Violife cheese, which is the dairy-free cheese, and the smoky ham, the corn smoky vegan ham, and some chopped red onion, and I've got a little bit of ketchup spread on each slice, and I added some chopped frozen mushrooms, and that's all just wrapped up in some greaseproof paper, so it's just got all toasty and melty, hopefully. And yeah, that's the cheese that I used there. So looking forward to that, and with it we're just having some cucumber slices because yeah, we're not too hungry yet. So here's our toastie here, and it smells really good. And there's my daughter's toastie, and yeah, I can't wait to my son's pizza. I can't wait to eat it. So for Sunday's dinner, I'm making carrot hot dogs again. I made them a few weeks ago, and these are just the carrots simmering in the barbecue stock that I made. And in the stock, there's just things like a little bit of veggie stock, some vegan Worcester sauce, some tamari soy sauce, some apple cider vinegar, and some brown sugar. And I'll put my phone over here so it doesn't get steam. And what else? Some nutritional yeast. And that is just all simmered down, and then usually it goes really thick and the carrots go so soft and it just smells like hot dogs. It's so good. And with that we're going to be having some campfire stew, and I'm making this with some jackfruit that I got this tin from Asda, so it's just jackfruit and water, and I've got some chopped tomatoes, some carrot, some onion, there's celery under there. It was the celery I'd frozen, but it is under there somewhere. Oh, excuse the big knife. Yeah, there's celery there, and there's about 1.5 cups of frozen mixed pepper, some baked beans, some tomato puree, some cumin, and what was the other one? Some smoked paprika and garlic. Yeah, and a tin of chopped tomatoes and a tin of baked beans because it's campfire stew, and I'm not exactly sure where campfire stew came from. The only information I can find is a recipe from Slimming World, but I don't know if they got it from somewhere else. But anyway, this is a vegan version that I've just made up, so I'm just going to mix all that. I might have used my pan might be too small, but I think I'll get away with it. I'm just going to mix all this up and gauge how much veggie stock I'll need just to stew everything up into a nice thick stew. And then I will, once it's all cooked, the jackfruit comes out and then you break all the fibres up so it looks like pulled pork. So you just use 2 forks and just pull the strands apart, and then you mix it all through, and then it is actually just like the texture and look of pulled pork. So that's what campfire stew. That's what my campfire stew will look like, and you'll see it shortly. So here's the campfire stew, it's ready, and I took the jackfruit out and shredded it up into shreds, and then you just mix that back through. Just mix it all together. So to make up the carrot hot dogs, I've just buttered the the sub rolls, and added a leaf to it, and then I'm just going to pop the carrot in. And I've just popped the carrot in, and they look a bit funny, but so this is it on the plate. Our carrot hot dogs topped with campfire stew. There's a little bit extra on the side, and my daughter's got some vegan mayo and some mustard, and there's a little and I cooked these pea pods, and the very rustic pea pods because I haven't popped them before I cooked them. I just boiled them, and we can just pop them out as we eat them. I'll just go over here and you can see my one. We're just going to pop them in, but I thought that would just be easier than trying to shell them. And look at that big stalk sticking up, but I'm sure my son will be fine. and he's just got a little bit of ketchup on his. And I've got vegan mayo, mustard and ketchup. And you can't see my carrot hot dog anymore. So we're off to eat this.